The odds of being struck by lightning once are already tiny, twice is almost impossible. But this man was struck 7 times and he survived every single one. His name was Roy Sullivan, and surviving lightning didn't make his life legendary. It made it terrifying. Roy Sullivan was born in 1912 in the United States. He wasn't famous. He wasn't reckless. He worked as a park ranger in Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. That meant one thing: outdoors, mountains, storms, lightning every day. Nothing about him suggested he would become history's most unlucky man. He was just a regular guy doing his job, a job he loved, surrounded by nature. But nature had a strange and dangerous fascination with him. It started out as a one-in-a-million event, a freak accident that anyone would be lucky to survive. But for Roy, it was only the beginning. In 1942, Roy was working near a fire lookout tower. It was a normal day until a storm rolled in. Suddenly, lightning struck the tower. Electricity surged through the metal structure and found its way into him. He was thrown violently to the ground. His leg was badly burned and he lost his big toenail. He survived. Doctors treated it as a freak accident, an unbelievable story to tell his friends. Roy thought it was over, but it wasn't. 27 years later, in 1969, lightning found him again. This time he was driving his truck on a mountain road. A bolt hit a nearby tree, and the electricity jumped, striking Roy through the open window. The strike knocked him unconscious and burned off his eyebrows and eyelashes. His hair caught fire. He survived. Most people would never experience this even once. Roy had now been hit twice. The odds were astronomical, but the reality was undeniable. Just 1 year later, in 1970, it happened again. Another storm, another strike. This time he was standing in his own front yard. Lightning hit a power transformer and then leaped to his shoulder, searing it. The burns were severe, but he recovered. He was still alive. At this point, co-workers started joking. They called him the human lightning conductor. They said Roy was cursed. The jokes might have seemed harmless, but for Roy, a dark cloud was beginning to form over his life. One that had nothing to do with the weather. You'd think being inside a building or a car would be safe. Well, in 1972, Roy was sitting in his park ranger truck. He saw a storm forming and tried to drive away from it. He later said he felt like a cloud was following him. He pulled over, and then it happened. Lightning struck the truck. He said he saw a ball of fire jump from the dashboard. His hair caught on fire for the 3rd time. He had to use his jacket to smother the flames. He survived now. He wasn't just cautious, he was genuinely afraid of storms. He started watching the sky constantly, carrying a can of water with him everywhere, just in case his hair caught fire again. The paranoia was setting in, and for good reason. In 1973, lightning struck him while he was on patrol. He saw the storm coming and tried to outrun it, but the bolt caught him. It traveled down his left side, setting his shoe on fire and knocking it off. He crawled to his truck and poured the can of water he always carried over his head. The burns ran across his chest and leg. More hospital visits. By now, Roy actively avoided people. He stayed away from open spaces. His co-workers refused to work near him. It wasn't because they hated him, it was because they were terrified. Lightning just kept following him. Another year, another strike. In 1976, he was checking a campsite when a storm appeared out of nowhere. This 6th strike injured his ankle. Doctors documented everything meticulously. Scientists became interested. This wasn't a myth anymore. It was data. Roy Sullivan was becoming a case study, a living anomaly. But being a scientific curiosity brought him no comfort. It only confirmed that his life was dangerously abnormal. The world was watching, but Roy felt more alone than ever. In 1977, Roy was fishing alone in a small pond. A storm rolled in. He tried to get back to his car, but it was too late. Lightning struck him one last time, right on the top of his head. It traveled down his body, setting his hair on fire and causing severe burns across his chest and stomach. As if that wasn't enough, while he was recovering, a bear appeared and tried to steal the trout he had caught. Roy, having just survived his 7th lightning strike, had the presence of mind to hit the bear with a tree branch to scare it away. This became a world record. 7 confirmed lightning strikes. No one else in history has survived that many. But the real damage wasn't what you could see on his skin. Lightning didn't just burn Roy's body, it destroyed his peace. He lived in constant, crippling fear. The sight of clouds, the sound of rain, the feeling of wind, the rumble of thunder, it all sent him into a panic. He slept badly. He isolated himself. People would either laugh at his story, treating him like a cartoon character, or run away from him, afraid they'd be collateral damage. Roy wasn't lucky. He was exhausted. He was a survivor, but he felt like a prisoner in his own life, stalked by the sky itself. The loneliness was profound. Roy Sullivan died in 1983. He wasn't killed by lightning. He died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He survived nature's most violent and unpredictable force 7 times, but the psychological torment, the isolation, and the unending fear never left him. The story of Roy Sullivan proves something deeply uncomfortable. Survival isn't always a victory. Sometimes, the rarest events leave the deepest scars. Lightning couldn't kill him, but the fear of living under it every day The loneliness it brought and the feeling of being hunted by nature ultimately did. His life was a powerful reminder that the invisible wounds, the ones on the inside, can be the most devastating of all. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as incredible as I did, hit that subscribe button for more unbelievable true stories. See you next time.